What's up, everyone? Joe Moran here with the Diamond Allegiance. I'm going to walk you through here how to log in as an organizational admin and show you some different functionalities within the app as an admin. So as you click on your app, you're going to be prompted to either log in as a player, coach, or an admin. You're going to want to press admin, and then I'm going to log in here as an admin account. Okay, so now that I'm in the app as an admin, this is going to be the first screen that pops up. And on the teams page, which is where you'll be landed, this will be a list of all of the teams that you have listed in your organization. So currently in this test organization that we have here in this test environment, we only have one team listed, but underneath where it says the Diamond Allegiance Dirtbags, you can see where it says one coach and 20 players. If you click on that, you'll be able to see a list of the coaches. If you click players, you'll be able to see a list of the players. There's a way to filter by position up at the top. You can either have all of them pop up if it's a pitcher only, a position player, or a two-way player. You can also filter by name. All the Joes will pop up if you type in Joe or whoever's name. And there's some advanced filter options. You can filter by graduation year, GPA, and apply that filter, and it'll filter those names for you. That's a function that'll be useful if you have multiple teams in here and lots of different players, and you need to go and you need to get into a player's profile or make changes or whatnot. Those filter functions are a good tool for that. All right, so now I am going to show you how to add a team as an org admin. This will be one of your responsibilities, is adding teams and getting the right coaches assigned to those teams. So if I click the plus symbol in the bottom right-hand corner, this is what will come up. You type in the team that you want to add. Let's call it 16U Dirtbags, and I can add team, and it'll successfully be added here into the Teams tab. If I click the three bubbles to the right of the team name, it'll pull up a little drop-down menu here where I can edit the team, so it'll take me back to this page. If you want to edit the name or the coaches assigned. If you want to add an existing coach, it's the same thing. So let's say here's an existing coach in the system already. I go here, I want to assign him. I click update team, it's been updated. Now when I click on that team, Pete Rose, the travel coach of our Diamond Allegiance Dirtbags, is now assigned to the 16U Dirtbags team. Back to the three bubbles, if I want to add an existing player to the team, I can do the same thing. So let's go in here and let's add a couple of these players. Now those players will show up in the Players tab underneath the 16U Dirtbags. Lastly, if I want to deactivate a team, you click the three bubbles, and if you press deactivate, it'll deactivate that team. So next, I'm going to show you the Coaches tab. If you click on the Coaches tab on the bottom part of the screen, it'll bring you here where all of the coaches in your organization will be shown. And you can again filter by assigned, unassigned, travel, hitting, pitching, and fielding. And you have the search function to be able to search a coach by name. All right, let's now show you what it is like when you go in to add a coach to a specific team. So if I click the plus button in the bottom right-hand corner, it's going to prompt me to this page where it's going to ask you for this information. And you can put in the person's information. It's going to ask you to upload an image too of the coach and whether or not they're active. And then you can assign them to a team that you've created. So all the teams that you've created as an org admin will pop up in this teams list. And you'd pick one of them and then you press add coach. And I will go back now and show you what it looks like when you've sent an invitation to a coach. So up where it says Joe Coach there, for Diamond Allegiance Test. This is an example of a coach that I have sent an invitation to. And up in the upper right-hand corner where you see it says pending. Pending means that the coach has not yet gotten on their email and accepted the invitation to set up their account and activated their account in your organization. So that'll also be able to be seen right here where, I don't know if you can see underneath the Diamond Allegiance Test, it says invitation sent to joemoran63@yotmail.com. That's also a clue that the coach has not yet activated their account and set that up yet. So that's a good reminder to you to maybe send them a gentle reminder to get on their email and accept that and get set up on Curve. So it's important to note that we want to encourage players to get on and create their accounts and be able to fill out their profiles and everything to their fullest extent. So as you create these player accounts, be encouraging kids to get on and finish the completion of their profile by logging in as a player and setting up their account that way. So now if I go and I click on a player, this is an important functionality as an admin that you have. If I go and I click on this player, it now takes me to the player card, and I, in a sense, become the player. So I can go through the player's metrics. I can go through all of these sections that are listed under the player profile. And if I want to, I can go in and I can edit all of these details as the org admin. An analogy I like to use is, you kind of have the keys to the kingdom, so to speak, as an org admin to come in here and to change necessary things and to view anything that you want to view. So if you click View Player Card, it'll bring you here with a similar look. You'll see the player's coaches, personal details, achievements, highlights, performance, academics, all of it. So if we click to go back and we go to the Videos tab, this will show us a video, or this will show us a list of the videos that the player has submitted and whether or not they're pending approval, if they've had any requested changes, and a completed video being sent to the coach and returned. If you wanted to add a video as a player, you could by clicking in the bottom right-hand corner here, selecting the type of video, and then uploading it for the player. If we go over here to the Performance tab, this will show us all the performance metrics of the player. And again, you will have the ability to come in here and make edits if you'd like to. So if you've noticed that maybe this player does not throw a two-seam fastball anymore, and you want to take that off, and you click Update Metrics, that player's profile will now be saved, and the two-seam fastball metric would be taken off of there when we go back and we click on the pitch profile. So that is the Profile, Videos, and Performance tab. And now I am going to transition and show you the Dev Plan. All right, so let's move on over to the Dev Plan section. When you click on the Dev Plan section, you'll be landed here, where you'll have the ability to see exactly what the player has done and is doing in their daily plan, if they have completed their assessments or not, and also see their strength and conditioning program, and last but not least, their arm strength and arm care routines. So up at the top where it says Joe Moran Daily Training Plan, if the player has not yet taken the assessment, it will say their name and then that they need to start the assessment. This player has already taken the assessment, and I'll show you what it looks like when they have completed those assessments and gotten their curve body score back. So if you click on the daily plan, it'll land you on this section. If you click View Full Details, you'll be able to see the breakdown of the curve body score of that individual athlete. You can see whether or not they passed or failed certain exercises, and you can see the certain thresholds and the parameters of each exercise. Based upon their mobility and their power outputs, they will be given a score out of 100, and it is the average between the mobility and the power score, giving me 53 points in the power score, 31 points in mobility, landing me at 42 points out of 100 for my total curve body score. Now if I go back, in this section I can see all the drills and all the mobility exercises and movements that they've been given. These exercises and these drills will be new every single day. So anytime the player logs in, if it's a new day, they'll have new correctives to do and new drills as well. So if you need a better understanding of an exercise, you can click. All right, so if we move over here to the approval section, this is the section that you'd come to if you have any approvals that are outstanding and if any player has submitted metrics into their profile, or submitted videos, or maybe transcripts. It'll show up in this section right here, and it'll be shown as a pending approval, where if you click pending approval, it'll then pull up with the ability to simply click on a check mark and approve it. And once you do that, it becomes approved in the player's profile and verifies the validity of that information. Pretty simple. You can, if there's a lot of approvals in this section and you need a filter, you can filter it by team up here. If we move over to the performance tab, this will show you all of the metrics, a snapshot of the metrics for every player that you have listed in your organization with the same filter options listed above. If you go to a player that has their information filled out, it gives you a snapshot here. You have the ability to click View Details or Edit, and it'll take you to the player's profile to further view and further edit if you require that. If we tap on Strength and Conditioning, this will bring up all the players that currently have a strength and conditioning program in place, which means that they would have taken their assessments and gotten their curve body score back and done that effectively. If we click on the Kinetic Pro tab, this will show us a list of all the players that have registered or at least clicked on the link to register with Kinetic Pro. And down here is a week of potentially uploaded throwing sessions, and it'll show you the daily workload that that person has worked up to. It'll show you their acute chronic ratio, and this can be used as a tool to manage the workload of your athletes better. So one last thing I want to show you here on the main Teams page is a message function. If you click the three bubbles up next to the profile icon and you want to make a message to send out to people, you can click the plus button. And you can